Hello class, and today we will be going into Lost Izalith. So now that we finally have our pyromancies, we can actually get on with an area. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it, I guess. So I've already shown you guys the way before in previous episodes. I seem to have lost it. Oh, there we go. And it's down this way. We're in through here. So to get all the way down here, there's another bonfire you can use right at the start of your trek. Just don't attack these guys because they can be really annoying to fight off if you don't have the proper weapons. So we don't have any souls or humanity to spend or anything, so let's just go ahead and get on with the area. So if you haven't beat Izalith's Discharge yet, I recommend you go do that now. See one of my previous videos and watch it all the way through to see where I kill Izalith's Discharge, because I like watch minutes. Anyway, so now that we've killed Izalith's Discharge and the lava has frozen up, as you may have seen in the cutscene, we can now safely traverse the Demon Ruins area and access a few enemies and items that we could not before, along with the actual rest of the area. So, as always in pretty much every video game ever, don't step in the lava. It's a pretty simple concept. As long as you don't step in the lava, you'll be fine. So anyway, you may notice that that looks kind of like a Capra demon, and it actually is. This is the Capra demon, pretty much a carbon copy of it, straight from the lower Undeadburg boss fight. That is the Capra demon. So here's a demon great machete. It's a pretty good strength weapon if you want it. It's got a nice moveset, so you can use it if you want to. Anyway, pretty much all the enemies in this section are just copy-pasted bosses from earlier in the game. Like as you can see down there, there's a whole herd of Taurus demons. So as you could probably imagine, the best way to fight these guys is to lure them off one by one. And as usual, all the enemies are immune to the lava, so yeah, looks like you're gonna have to fight these guys with your sword. As you can see, we can break the Taurus demon's poise and kill him in 2 hits. This is also a good opportunity to get any drops you might have missed from the previous boss, like the Demon Great Machete or the Demon Great Hammer, which is the highest strength scaling weapon in the entire game, if you upgrade it properly. And the crystal version of it is also probably the most damaging weapon in the entire game. So, yeah. It's highly recommended that you grab it. And if you don't want to send one of your precious copies into crystal, Shiva of the East can sell it. Basically just join the Forest Hunters and then talk to the guy that appeared outside with the cool looking armor. Anyway. So yeah, just get rid of a few Forest Hunters. Get rid of the Taurus demons. Sorry. And yeah. So, apologize for the break, but I should be able to be filming much more now. And yeah, on with the show. The legend never dies. Woohoo. Anyway. So these guys are actually pretty easy for this late in the game. And now is actually a good chance to show you guys some of the pyromancies we've just got. So there you go. Hits them, and then if they stand in the same spot, it would hit them again for slightly less, maybe more damage. But basically, it does way less damage than a sword, and it's basically just a ranged option that we might use if we need it. If you have the souls to invest, you might consider upgrading your pyromancy flame, but you would have to be one of the pyromancy vendors to do that, and the only one we have left is the egg guy. So yeah. And I got 2 of them. Whoopity-doo. This is gonna be hard. And I missed, so whiff. Give him a quick double tap. 1 down, 1 to go. This is actually pretty easy, considering how many of them there actually are, and how hard this guy was earlier. And especially because there's no ledge to plunging attack off of and get an insta-kill. Anyway, now that we're done with most of them, there's a couple more. So the entirety of this herd does not respawn, so that's pretty good. You don't have to worry about respawning Taurus demons in this section, although you will later, unfortunately. And they pushed me into the lava. As you can see, my health is draining like a rock, and I am dead. Never ever fight 2 bosses at once. Ever, if you can help it. Anyway, now that we're done with that little bit, let's just go ahead and speed it up. while I go back down there and show you guys that the Taurus demons did not, in fact, respawn. So down here, and don't take that shortcut, that's a way too far of a drop. And down here, and as you can see, the entire herd is dead. So there's only 2 left, luckily. So we can just go ahead and run up there and finish those guys off. So there's actually quite a few items. There's actually quite a few items in this section that you cannot get until you have the orange charred ring, a drop from another boss fight that makes lava not kill you instantly. Hallelujah. So yeah, it's pretty nice. Ooh, look, you got a shield up in that one. Anyway, so there you go. One more down. As you can see, their disappearing corpse actually manages to push us out of the way. It's some pretty strong demon there. Anyway, as before, don't get in the lava. His attacks have a pretty high knockback, but if you can avoid them and by rolling, then you're pretty much set. Basically, the shield is just to absorb damage you can't dodge, and the dodging is to dodge damage you can't absorb. So it's a pretty good balance there. So you might have seen the item over on that ledge just to the back. Can't get that because the lava would kill us if we tried. There's another item directly in the lava, so we can't get that just yet. Anyway, let's head down this way, and we can get on with the area. So this is probably the area that you could have the least access to before the Golden Gates open, barring the Duke's Archives, of course, because pretty much you just kill a few Taurus demons, and then just down here is one of the Golden Gates, actually. Not quite there yet, I'll tell you when we are, but it's quite not that much access to this area. Basically, the existence of the Demon Ruins is to trip people up into thinking this is the next area of the game, when actually Sen's Fortress is. So that's a funny little thing there. Developers tricked you all. Anyway, so there's more Capra demons. They seem a little bit weaker than the Taurus demons, so they seem to be a little easier to kill. So that one I got like 700 damage on with one hit. That's pretty awesome. Anyway, there's a couple more over here. Let's throw some fireballs. Try to judge the trajectory, but completely missed. So if you try to do non-lock on pyromancy, you're gonna have a bad time. There you go. As you can see, I got him to walk through the lava that I spawned at least a little bit. So he took a little bit of damage, allowing me to finishing up with just one hit, luckily. And I missed my second one on that guy, so I have to swing at him again. Sometimes being an uber powerful tank with a big fat sword isn't quite as entertaining as it's made out to be, but still, it removes the challenge, which eases your entry into the game. Well, removes most of the challenge, of course. There's still plenty of opportunity to die if you screw up. Anyway, I would highly recommend doing a dex build for your second run, because those have much more hairpin timing, and, or I'm not sure that's the phrase, it's probably not, but if it is, I just made myself sound awesome. Anyway, it requires extremely precise timing if you're doing a dex build, and you have to squeeze off many hits in a short amount of time if you plan to do that. Basically, dex build is hard mode. And I tried doing a dex build once. It still had a super awesome shield that I used almost all the time, and it was mostly focused on intelligence rather than dex, so it doesn't really count anymore. Anyway, so let's just go ahead and head on with the area now. Don't quite have enough souls to level up, but we can repair our equipment, which is getting kinda low on durability, now that I realize that. We should have a few things to sell, but I don't think we'll actually get to that just yet. Anyway, let's head on with the area now, down this way, and to the right. So that is the bonfire before the boss fight. Lucky-de-doo, see that white fog gate over there is actually a boss fight, so this is a really close for a bonfire to a boss fight. So that's pretty nice. Anyway, So we are now Chaos Servants +2, as you may know, so there's a shortcut just up ahead that we can access. Skip the boss fight and save Solaire, but we'll be doing the boss fight anyway because it's good for a few souls. Anyway, good strong jump attack, and another good hit. So these Taurus demons respawn, as do all the Capra demons. So don't think you can just get away from this. And these lizard people do respawn as well. Their main attack is a heavily durability draining attack that basically breaks your weapons if it so much as hits you. See there, right there. My weapon is now broken. My Pyromancy Flame. And my sword is running pretty low on durability as well. So I'm going to have to repair that soon. Definitely before the boss fight. As you can see, the Pyromancy Flame is completely out of durability, meaning it can't punch anymore. Boo-hoo. Huh. Anyway. See if it does as much damage with the... not quite, maybe, but it's still something. It might just affect the punch attack anyway, and I might have just saved myself a broken shield or Zweihander, which would really suck. Anyway. Just get rid of this guy. And we are well on our way to getting an Ember, which will help us greatly. Anyway. So this is the location of the large fire Ember, which allows fire, essentially, as you may guess, to +10 with red titanite chunks. So that's pretty nice. We can use that. But unfortunately, this area is also guarded by this Taurus demon. The other one, his predecessor, and the other Taurus demons. There's like 3 Taurus demons. And there's also a bunch of the centipede guys, like 4 of them at once, and another one right here. So unless you have super high durability weapons or spares or something, you're going to be stuck with some pretty bad weapons for a while. So now it's right up here. Should be soon. Just a little bit farther. And this should be an impenetrable wall, but if you roll enough, you should be able to get out of the way. And now, they're pretty much just staring into empty space where I used to be. Although I was hit with some pretty durability draining attacks, so my Zweihander should be running out of durability pretty quickly right now. So I'm going to have to stay away from their yellow attacks and make sure that I don't get hit, so I don't lose all my durability. So that my weapon does way less damage. Anyway, that makes it kind of annoying, but I'm fed up with waiting. Just die already. And my weapon is losing its durability. And it's broken. Yep. Barely does any damage at all now, as you can see. So I'm gonna have to switch to something a little more effective if possible. Fortunately, as you may recall, we keep a spare set of weapons on us. The Great Scythe and the Balder Shield. Unfortunately, these guys are pretty strong against fire, so we're gonna have to... we'll probably have to pick something else. But... well... yeah, let's see if we have any other weapons. As you can see, we're barely doing any damage with this. So we're gonna have to switch to something else. Let's see. We can use our crossbow. That might work. Nope, it does even less damage, and it uses bolts. Let's see. The Lucerne might work, but the Titanite Catchpole does more damage. It's also in the magic variety. So it's a halberd type weapon, as you can see. It has a pretty powerful downward strike attack that we might be able to use. Oh, it's just jump attacks. I'm just testing out its moveset a little bit. See if I can actually use it, and apparently not. This is quite a predicament. I'm running out of weapon durability, and all the weapons I have suck. Yeah, it barely does any damage either. These guys have pretty high armor. And this is the boring part of the video. So I just decided to get to the other side of them, grab the Ember, and get out. So anyway, there's the large flame Ember. It allows us to get our fire great scythe to do +10. Blar, blar, run away. So we're not coming back down here again because those guys can get stupid annoying. Anyway, we have a few soul items we can consume. We're going to need to use those to help with the repairing, because it's going to take quite a few souls to repair all this stuff we have. Anyway, fortunately there's no more enemies between us and the bonfire because we've already killed all of them, so we can just go ahead and repair our weapons and armor and get on with the boss fight. And we're also going to need a few more Estus, so we're going to have to do that too. And just so you guys know, you should probably go into human form at this point, because there is a Black Phantom invasion that I did not show that you need to do if you want a really awesome armor set. So it's with a Knight Kirk again. Basically just go human form in this area and wander around a bit. He should show up. And you can fight him. There's only one more time after that you have to fight him to unlock his armor set. And once you do, it should show up in the Daughter of Chaos room in the far end of on that blank wall that I was looking at for a bit. Anyway, so you want to go human form at this bit. So do that. Don't do what I did. Do as I say, not as I show. Anyway, so go human form here. Just to remind you again, go human form. And fight a Black Phantom invasion, which really should be quite easy. He's actually even easier later, apparently, because your weapons are higher armor and level and stuff. So now we can get on with the boss fight after we've killed the Black Phantom, because I reminded you about that again because it's important. And yeah, so maybe I should explain to you why you need the Dark Wraith Kirk's special armor set. So it's the Armor of Thorns. It gives you a melee damage boost if you wear the gauntlets while you're unarmed, or with a fist weapon. And another cool tidbit is while you're wearing it, if you roll, you actually do damage to enemies just by rolling into them. So that's quite an impressive feat. There's actually videos I have seen that involve people actually using the Thorns armor, and just by rolling, they have managed to kill the 4 kings. So yeah, I'd like to see one of you guys attempt that. Anyway, so this was the Golden Gate right here. And here's the shortcut that we can take to completely skip the boss fight. So if you are not a level 2 Chaos Servant, you cannot take this shortcut, and you will not be able to save Solaire, unfortunately. So you can come down here and through here, and there is a door up ahead barring our way. So these guys are little maggot things. They only appear here, but there's only one of the maggots that you're really interested in. It's called the Sunlight Maggot, and is the one with 3 glowing red eyes on its front. So there you go. We're gonna need to get that pretty soon. And through this door, you just touch it, and because we're a level 2 Chaos Servant, the door should open. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, here's the maggots. That was the glowy red eye one there. If you could just barely see a glimpse of it. There is the Sunlight Maggot. You need that if you're to save Solaire, luckily. So, by killing the Sunlight Maggot and taking the Sunlight Maggot, we have saved Solaire, and we can now summon him for the final boss fight. So what's cool about this thing is it glows. So this is probably the most effective means of seeing in the catacombs. It actually takes less than your head armor, and it doesn't require you to have a no shield equipped while you're using it. The other most effective method is the Cast Light Sorcery, sold to you by Dusk or Elizabeth, the Mushroom Person in Ulusile Sanctuary. But that can run out pretty quickly, and you don't want to run out of your light when you are in the middle of a very, very dark place. So, my advice, get the Sunlight Maggot before you go to the catacombs, and wear it on your head in place of these gold lantern. So that would be the most effective method of seeing while you're in the Tomb of the Giants. Anyway, so through here is another boss. Now this boss is like 2 other bosses in that it is an exact clone of the Asylum Demon, albeit with a few extra abilities. So it's basically a stray demon with more fire on it. That's pretty much it. It is pretty much just a. That's pretty much it. Is just a stray demon with more fire. So yeah, it's a pretty easy boss fight. All it has is some stupidly annoying pound attacks, and that's pretty much it. So once you get rid of this guy, the only thing that differs him from the stray demon, aside from him being almost entirely made of fire, is he gives you a pretty nice catalyst, which I'll show you later, which doubles as a mediocre fire weapon. So you can have a catalyst that actually pokes people as well. That's pretty nice. So there you go. One humanity, the demon's catalyst, a fire weapon, along with just being a catalyst. And should be. What am I looking around for? There we go. As you can see, it does fire damage along with physical damage, and it gives you a modest bonus to your magic, of course. Although it is worse than other catalysts, you can cast spells from it, and it does double as a mediocre fire weapon. So there you have it. So you may be wondering what that elevator in the middle of the Daughter of Chaos room thing actually does, because it doesn't lead you back up to the Veil of Awakening. It is actually a shortcut down to this area of the Demon Ruins. So that's pretty nice. So through here, and up through here, and a little farther up, but first we gotta kill these guys, because they're annoying me. And there we go. And there is, wait for it, a soul item. Woo! Anyway, so you can go ahead and run up here, and up here, and here is an elevator. We're not gonna, so you can drop down those stairs there just to return to the Demon Fire Sage's boss fight room if you want to. Other than that, you can just go ahead and come up here, up this elevator, and here we are, right outside the Daughter of Chaos room and the entrance to the Demon Ruins. So here's a pretty nice shortcut, and we can also go ahead and rest at this bonfire so that we save ourselves a little bit of a trek. I'm going to consume a few soul items so we can level up a bit, and get a few more attunement slots so we can equip the Chaos Storm pyromancy, because that's actually a pretty cool pyromancy. So anyway, now that we have some souls for that, let's go ahead and put a few points in attunement. And we don't have enough souls to level up again and actually get another attunement slot, so that's kind of annoying. But we're getting there. Anyway, so now that we have sent the elevator up from above, it actually works now, and we can head back down to the Demon Ruins. So we're almost into Lost Izalith now, just one more boss fight. I don't know what you're thinking, one more, we've already had like 2. But don't worry, there's still more to come. This place is basically just boss fight incarnate. So that's the goal of this area. Yeah, the goal of the catacombs is to swarm you with huge numbers of enemies. The goal of the Four Kings area is to swarm you with enemies you can't attack. And the goal of the Duke's Archives, I guess, is to pummel you with ranged attacks that you can't get at. It's basically the puzzle area. That's pretty much it. Yeah. And down here this way is another boss fight and yet another bonfire. Wow. This thing's just like growing trees or something. You would think with the game advertising the scarcity of them, but, well, I guess nothing is too rare. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and reverse our hollowing and kindle the bonfire once with some of our remaining humanity. We spent most of it on leveling up in the Chaos Servant so we can save Solaire, but that's what everybody does with their spare humanity, so yeah. Don't have enough to level up just yet, so let's go down and summon our good old buddy to help us out. This is not one of those nameless phantoms that you never heard of before, like Tarkus, or Man-Eater Mildred, or Witch Beatrice. This phantom for this boss fight is none other than Solaire himself. So, Solaire is this is his area. This is where he goes. So you summon him, you help him out a bit, everything's all fine and dandy, and you do jolly cooperation with him all over the place here. So anyway, now that he's spawned, he can help us with the boss fight. So in through here, and ooh, that guy looks pretty cool. But no. Anyway, in through here, and to the lava-infested centipede demon boss fight. So as you can imagine, you can't go out into that big lava filled area, but the centipede demon can. So yeah. There's your demon. Typical boss fight. Big fat guy with long stretchy arms that attacks you from a range. And can stand in lava without getting hurt. Anyway, now that we're done with all this drama, I hope. Can I fight you now? Can I fight you now? Anyway, now that we're here, we can fight the centipede demon. Once and for all. Yarg. Anyway. So he has stretchy arms, stretchy tail, basically big fat attacks. And you'd normally need range to get at him, but he's coming to us, so that's pretty nice. You can get a few good hits at him. Yeah, Ghost Lair. And it's eating me like the gaping dragon. Huh. Some similarities, I guess. It spit me out back through the door. So nice of you. And now it's eating Solaire. And I can't hit it. There we go. And it took off and then it landed. So many bosses do that. It's kind of annoying. And it took off and then it landed. Push this back almost into the lava. That was pretty lucky. So we got almost at half health now, which is pretty awesome. So there we go. And it's raining death upon us. Yep, I totally did that legit. I won by myself. So they're left. And yeah, that was awesome. Anyway, as you probably could have guessed, I died during that boss fight, but I didn't film it, I think. Either that, or, well, I'm pretty sure that I didn't film it, yeah. Anyway, so we now have the orange charred ring. So, as you may imagine, it basically just turns lava into a slightly more deadly form of a toxin. As you can see, we're barely taking any damage at all from walking in the lava. So yes, finally, we can walk on lava in a video game. This is awesome. Without getting hurt. Well, we're still getting hurt, but not that much. Anyway, over here is, wait for it, green titanium shards. Upgrade material. Whoopee. Anyway, I'm assuming that the green titanium shards in this area are meant to encourage us to create a fire weapon with the shards. So, I'm assuming that's what it means. So, yeah. Just go with that. So let's head into the Lost Izalith area, just past here. It should be right through this tunnel. And in we go, and out we go in just a moment. Right through here. This is the last time you'll see Solaire before he goes insane if you haven't saved him. He still can't find his son, unfortunately. So he's getting kind of flustered now. The Sunlight Maggot would have been his own son, but you took it from him, and thus saved his sanity. So he'll help you with the he'll help you with the Lord Gwyn boss fight, which is quite nice of him. Anyway, now we have one more attunement slot. Unfortunately, we can't equip the Chaos Storm, but we can equip the Fire Surge. Basically, what Fire Surge is it's a flamethrower. Flamethrower. Whoosh. 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 Yeah, it's pretty nice, but it doesn't do much damage. Anyway. So now that we're done with all that, yeah, the video's almost over. We've got a few more things to do, I think. Just head off into Izalith. So, yeah, see you guys in the next video, and it's time to tackle Izalith, and yeah. Class dismissed.